Have you ever wondered where Christmas caroling comes from? Well, if not, I guess now because you clicked this video, so thanks. After I found out where Christmas caroling came from, I've wanted to do it so bad. So bad! Just not the original way it was done. And you'll see why in a minute. Caroling came from the pagans of Rome, and they actually celebrated all 4 seasons by dancing in circles and singing songs. But Christmas was the only one that managed to stick afterwards. And that probably had to do a lot with the celebration of Saturnalia, the pagan festival for Christmas. The celebration of Saturnalia was a Roman tradition that was the craziest party that they had all year, where everyone would get completely shit-faced and party hard. So the slaves would be the governing officials for the 7-day event, and then the governing officials would pretend to be the slaves. During this festival, the drunkest of the drunk would celebrate by stripping down completely naked, running in groups to random neighbors' houses in the middle of the street, and sing them Christmas carol songs. You think that movie that had the craziest party ever was super crazy? Try a whole city doing that. Now that sounds really funny, but I can't help but think in today's age how that wouldn't work, just because of the obesity epidemic and people not looking as attractive as they did back then, and just thinking about it. But I mean, back then all Romans walked everywhere. I mean, I guess they had carriages, but everyone practiced exercise. It was a common thing. And all of them were in shape. I mean, you've seen the statue of David. I can only imagine how funny and mesmerizing that would be. What? Anywho, caroling originally comes from the word Noel, which is Latin French for Christmas. And after 400 AD, Romans went back and danced and sang and celebrated in unison, this time clothed and not drunk. Well, probably not drunk. Who knows? It was Christmas time. Maybe they were. But the clothing thing, that was legit. And ever since then it's stuck. So we can thank Romans for this extremely now G-rated version of Christmas caroling. Kind of. Because the Christian church at the time took this Roman caroling thing and decided to run with it. Which is why if you've ever been to church, you know you have to stand and sing songs with people for at least 30 minutes before you're allowed to sit down. And why everyone else enjoyed caroling and singing, England decided to go a little bit cuckoo. In 1647, England banned Christmas. The entire country! No Christmas, no gifts, no getting drunk and singing naked, no nothing! This was because the Puritans came to power, and not only did they ban Christmas, but they banned singing in England. For those of you who don't know, the Puritans believed that God wanted to stray away from the Roman Catholic religion and just cut out fun entirely. That was their job, was just to be the most fun-sucking people that ever existed. They were basically the Amish on steroids. But the impact by the Puritans was completely insane. It lasted for around 150 years before they started doing things again, like caroling. That's right, caroling wouldn't become popular again in England for 150 years. 150 years! Back then, that was like 4 people. Like the life expectancy of 4 people. So 4 people had to die in length before people started singing again. And a big part had to do with a guy named William Sandy and Davis Gilbert, who went to villages collecting what songs were left and technically made the first Christmas album. If you didn't know who those guys were, they're not important. They literally just made the first Christmas album. That was, I don't know who they are either. So that's the origin of caroling in a nutshell. And that was way more than I ever wanted to know about the subject. Anyways, thanks for watching. There are a lot of fun facts about that, so if you know any, comment down below. If you guys have any future videos that you want me to go over or want me to go more in depth on Christmas caroling, I can do that. Give me a thumbs up to help the YouTube algorithm, and if you like the video, obviously, and subscribe if you want more content like this. Thanks.